Sir, namaste, sir.
Yes, sir. What's your name?
Sir, my name is Snigdha Behera, sir.
At present, what are you doing?
Sir, currently I'm practicing in Bhadra Court, sir. Hello.
Practice.
Sir, it is stuck, sir. Yes, sir.
Ah, in which what is the place of your practice? Which
Sir,
place you are practicing?
Bhadrak, sir.
You are practicing in Bhadra.
Yes, sir.
From which side you are practicing? In which case? Can you say if any case you can
Yes, sir. Sir, one is DV case and another one is the NI case, check bounce case. Sir.
check bounce case? What is
Yes.
the presumption under section 138 of the NI Act? What
Uh,
presumption is to be drawn?
Sir, if any person has issued a check, if the drawer has issued a check, then it will be presumed that he has discharged it in order to discharge of a debt or liability, sir.
Okay.
Legal debt or liability.
What is payment in due course?
Sir, payment in due course is applicable to holder in due course, I guess, sir.
Huh? What is holder in due course?
Holder in due course is a person who is entitled, who derives a good title, sir. Who derives a good title from the person from whom he receives the check. He's at a privileged position in comparison to a holder.
Okay. What is a promissory note?
Sir, promissory note is a negotiable instrument. It is an unconditional undertaking in writing, sir. It is an unconditional undertaking in writing in order to pay a certain sum of amount.
Certain sum what?
Sum of amount, sir.
Okay. You told probably you have appeared in one domestic violence case.
Yes, sir.
Domestic. What is domestic violence?
Sir, domestic violence it can be of physical abuse, emotional abuse, mental harassment, and that economic abuse as well, sir.
To whom?
To a female, sir. It is
Okay.
exclusive for women, sir.
What is a decree?
Sir, decree is defined under section 2, subsection 2 of CPC, sir. A decree is a formal expression of an adjudication which determines the rights of which determines all or any rights of the parties in dispute, sir.
What is order?
Order is order is some decision of a court which is not a decree, sir. It is defined under section 2, subsection 14.
Whether all decrees are applicable?
Yes, sir.
All decrees are applicable.
Yes, sir. Decrees, almost every decree is appealable.
Is there any provision that there cannot be an appeal against a particular decree?
Uh, Sorry, sir, I'm not aware, sir.
Okay. When issues are to be framed in a suit?
Issues are to be framed by looking at the pleading, sir, by looking at the plaint.
Only pleadings.
Uh, yes, sir, pleading, plaint and written statement, sir.
Any other thing?
And
The
after
court is not required to do any other thing for framing of issues.
and examination of parties also, sir.
When court will issue a temporary injunction?
Sir, court will issue a temporary injunction based on three factors. First one is balance of inconvenience, irreparable loss, and prima facie case. Sir, it is issued under section 39 of SRA. Sorry, order 39 of CPC. It is done in order to maintain the status quo.
Only for
And
status
it
quo
is for
injunction is to
temporary.
be issued.
It is for temporary purpose, sir. It does not go into the merits of the case. Based on these three factors, the court will see whether any prima facie case is made out, and if the plaintiff is to suffer any irreparable loss or not. Based on that, the temporary injunction will be
What do you
issued.
mean by prima facie case?
Prima facie case means it will not go deep into it, sir. It will just see From the face, if it appears that any case is made out, then court will decide, sir, whether to give or not to give. It is court's discretion, sir.
What is interpleader suit?
Interpleader suit is, sir, it is mentioned under section 88 of CPC and order 35, sir, I guess. It is basically the interpleading between the defendants. So if suppose a person has a thing which is not his, and he is ready to give it to the person who wants it, but there are many person who are adversely claiming that same thing. So now in this case, the plaintiff will file an interpleader suit, and he will make the defendants interplead among themselves, so that the real owner can be we can find out the real owner.
When court issues commission,
Commission, sir, it is generally issued when, like, for many VIP persons who cannot come to the court, or persons who are of a very many who's reputed persons. And in CPC and CRPC, both we can find commissions. In CPC, the purpose is very wide. Like
what
court
do you
can
mean by
issue.
VIP person? You told what is VIP person?
Sorry, sir. Many very reputed person, dignified person, sir, who
Who is
cannot come to court.
dignified person? Every person is equal before law. What is dignified person?
Dignified, I mean, sir, who is holding a public position, mane, who is in a holding a having a respectable personality.
Everybody has a
Like
respectable
MLA.
personality.
Yes, sir, I
Every as a
understand, sir.
human being, you have respect. Every you are a common man has a respect. Everybody
Yes, sir.
has a right of dignity. Who is
Yes,
a
sir.
VIP
Yes.
person?
Sir, VIP term won't be the correct term. It will be like the privileged persons. The privilege is the correct word, sir. In common parlance,
Only,
I use
only
that.
for examining witness commission will be issued. That
No,
you mean
sir.
to say.
No, no, sir. There are various other purpose also, like for partition, for examining the accounts, and for making any scientific investigation, and all those things. For such things, commission can be issued.
What are the requirements for valid adoption
Valid adoption.
under Hindu law?
Sorry, sir, I won't be able to say.
So you have not gone through Hindu law.
Sir, no, sir, I have not taken personal law this time, sir.
Okay, not taken. You should have some idea about that personal law, that is adoption.
Yes, sir. As far my limited memory is concerned, sir, there should be a age gap. If any male or female is adopting somebody, is going to adopt, then that person must be a major, and there should be a age gap. That age gap may be
What
21
is a
years or
contract? What is a contract?
contract. Contract is an agreement which is enforceable by law.
What are the requirements for a valid contract?
The requirements of a valid contract are laid down under Section 10. It should have some consideration. There should be two parties, and it should be legally enforceable by law. The object should be lawful, and the consideration should be lawful. And the parties who are making the contract should have a free consent, and they should do it voluntarily.
What is quasi contract?
Sir, quasi-contract is mentioned under 68 to 72 of Indian Contract Act. So under that, it has the qualities similar to that of a contract.
What are the requirements of law to be complied before arresting a person?
Before arresting a person, sir, all the guidelines which are laid down in CRPC, that should be followed, sir. Like
What are those
yes, sir. Like under section 41A, while the police officer is going to arrest, that person should wear a clear and visible identity, and there should be a memorandum of arrest as well, which should be signed by some family member or any respectable member of the locality, or and by the person whom he is arresting, by that accused person also. And also the police should inform the grounds of arrest, on that if it is a bailable offense, then that person has a right of bail. and regarding the grounds of arrest to the accused person, sir, the person to whom is arresting.
What is anticipatory bail?
Sir, anticipatory bail is mentioned under section 438 of CRPC. So it is an anticipation when any person is anticipating that any case is going to be filed against him and any arrest he is going to be arrested, then he can approach for anticipatory bail, and it is granted at the time of arrest.
What is doctrine of double jeopardy?
Doctrine of double jeopardy is mentioned under section 300 of CRPC, sir. It is based on the principle of author first acquit and author first convict. That means a person cannot be convicted twice for the same offense, cannot be tried again for the same offense.
What is a lease?
The lease is the transfer of right of enjoyment in the property.
Only this much.
Sir,
What is mortgage?
the mortgage is the transfer of an interest in a specific immovable property for securing the payment or any debt.
What is gift?
Gift is the voluntary payment without consideration, and the person who makes the gift is known as donor. The person who receives this is known as donee.
What is actionable claim?
The actionable claim is the unsecured debt or any beneficial interest in movable property.
What is primary evidence?
Primary evidence is the direct evidence. Primary evidence is the like document. If we say it is the original evidence, original document itself.
Can you say a particular document requires compulsory attestation?
Compulsorily attestation. Yes, sir. We have a lease which should be attested, and that actionable claim that should also be attested. Gift, gift deed.
What is attestation of a document?
Sir, attestation means, yes, sir. Attestation can be done by two or more people when they see the person sign, when they see the executant sign or affix his mark on a document, and or based upon his acknowledgement or on his direction, that attester is going to sign on that document. Attestation is a proof regarding the that the execution has taken place.
What is dying declaration?
The dying declaration is mentioned under section 32 subsection 1 of Indian Evidence Act. It is the statement of a person regarding the cause of death or the circumstances which resulted in his death. He may or may not be under apprehension of death under Indian law.
Who is an expert?
Sir, expert is a person who is specially skilled in a particular field, like like finger impressions and ballistic expert and handwriting expert, and in the field of science and arts as well.
What is estoppel?
Sir, estoppel is a principle of evidence which shuts one mouth. According to estoppel, if any person has said something at one time, then he cannot come back. He cannot deny what he has said, and he cannot say something else. So that is what that principle is known as
What is
estoppel.
affray?
Sorry, sir.
Affray.
Affray. Affray is when two or more people fight in a public place in order to breach the public peace.
Breach public please.
Yes, sir.
What is wrongful confinement?
Wrongful confinement is when a person is wrongfully restrained from moving in a under certain circumscribing limit. In all directions, he is restricted. He cannot move. That is known
What
as
is
wrongful
kidnapping?
confinement. Sorry, sir.
What is kidnapping?
Kidnapping. Kidnapping are of two types under IPC: kidnapping from India and kidnapping from lawful guardianship. So, kidnapping from India is while it is conveying the person outside India. That is known as kidnapping from India. It is irrespective of age. Now, kidnapping from lawful guardianship is applicable to male. In case of male, the age is below 16 years, and in case of female, it is below 18 years. When it conveys or takes away or entices. So, in order to from the lawful guardianship of any person, that is known as kidnapping from lawful
What is
guardianship.
abduction?
Abduction is like by forcefully or by deceitfully taking someone, forcefully or deceitfully moving someone. That is known as abduction.
Anyhow, let me
Yes,
give you some feedback
yes, sir.
because you are in practice.
Yes, sir.
Interviewer may ask you to say about a particular case in which you have appeared.
Yes,
You
sir.
may be asked to know the facts of the case, what are the laws involved in the case. You should be
Yes,
thorough
sir.
on that.
Yes, sir.
So, payment in due course means if, according to the tenor of the promissory note or bill of exchange or a negotiable instrument, the payment is made to the person who is entitled to receive payment.
Yes, sir.
That is called payment in due course.
Yes, sir.
Further in due course also, if a person for consideration, a
Yes,
person
sir.
is holding a promissory note, he is called in good faith, that is called holder in due course.
Yes, sir.
If a payment in due course it is made, the liability discharge.
Yes, sir.
Liability. Promissory note, you fail to understand the promissory note is an instrument in writing containing an unconditional undertaking to pay a
In order to
certain
pay
sum of money only, not amount. Certain sum of
money,
money
yes,
only
sir.
is there.
Money, money.
Money only, not
Yes,
any
sir.
other thing. To any person, to the bearer. Bearer provisional note is issued by the Reserve Bank of India.
Yes, sir.
That domestic violence, that is any violence caused to a woman who is in domestic relationship with a person.
Yes, sir.
The person who against whom the domestic violence is committed is called aggrieved person.
Yes, sir.
That is aggrieved person. It may be of any different types. It may be physical abuse. It may be mental abuse, emotional abuse, financial abuse, various things.
Yes,
So
sir.
domestic violence always is always against a woman
Yes, sir.
who is in domestic relationship.
Domestic relationship in a shared household. Yes, sir.
Yes. Even in a live-in relationship, domestic
Yes,
violence
sir.
case can be made out. Decree is a formal expression adjudication, which so far is court by a competent court, which conclusively determines any or all the right in
Uh-huh.
controversy between parties. Decree order is also a decision of the court, which is not a decree. All decrees are not available. If decree passed on consent is not available.
Yes, yes. Consent decree is not a.
Consent decree and
Yes,
also small causes decree, the amount, certain amount, 25,000 or that you see, that is also not applicable.
yes, sir.
Issues are framed on considering the pleadings, hearing the parties, examining the parties, documents, etc. Not only on considering pleadings. There are advocates. And what is the issue? Material proposition of fact or law pleaded by one party and denied by other party.
The
That
in
an issue
dispute.
will crop up. Issue will arise. Mere pleadings and other things have to be complied. Hearing the parties, hearing their advocates, examining the documents. Temporary injunction. Temporary injunction is issued in a pending suit. For temporary, which is temporary nature, to but when there is possibility of dispossession of the any of the party, or this alienation of the property, or the disposition of that property, damage to that property, that is temporary injunction. You should give a concept. What is your idea about understanding the temporary injunction?
Yes, sir.
Prima facie case means arguable case, a good case.
Mhm.
Prima facie case means it has different arguable case, good case. There must be some good case in favor of the party who is applying for temporary injunction. Interpleader suit. When two or more person, many people, never say people, always person.
person.
When two
Yes,
or more persons are claiming adversely to each other, adversely to from the same debt to any property from the hand of another, from another, and that person has no other right, no other interest, no other right over that property. Only he is prepared to deliver that property to the rightful owner. Then, in such case, he can file a interpreter suit between those persons to interpret to establish the rightful ownership to whom he will deliver the property. That is commission. Commission may be examined for various purposes: to examine witnesses, to make local inspection, local investigation, then scientific investigation, handwriting expert, do ministerial act. These things are there. VIP person is not there. There are certain persons like president, vice president also there. That what is ever VIP person you said, certain person, constitutional post, holding constitutional post. Even a sick person, commission can be issued. Even a that is that is
who
okay. Not
cannot come
only
to court. Yes, sir.
yes, valid adoption. You cannot escape your that is responsibility answering. You should know what is valid adoption. Under Hindu Adoption Act, at least you should know age gap is different. Common idea. The person who is competent must have
Yes.
a person
Either
competent
family.
party. There will be giving the person who will give an adoption. He must be there should not be any legal bar to give such adoption. The person who will be adopted there should not be legal bar. Both parties must be Hindus. That is below 15 years. If the custom the permits okay, that is different thing. Then the person who adopts a son, he must not have a son, etc. If he adopts a daughter, he must have daughter or son's daughter. These are the requirements and giving and taking ceremony. All the requires consent. The adoptive father, the person, natural father can give a proper the son or daughter in adoption, but to take the consent of his wife before adoption. All those requirements have some idea. You
Yes, sir.
cannot escape. But you
Hmm.
may say politely, sir, I do not remember at present. I may be excused. Tell them. That
Yes,
is contract. An agreement enforceable law is a contract.
yes, sir.
Valid contract. For a valid contract, parties there must parties must be competent. Two persons. There must be two persons. There must be competent to enter a contract. They must not be minor and insane person. First requirement. Offer acceptance, pre-consent, consideration. Then it must not be that be lawful consideration, lawful object.
Yes,
Must not be opposed by any of the provisions of the contract. Whenever law requires, that must be signed and law registered. That is
yes,
also. Quasi contract doesn't appear, doesn't come up, or doesn't is not made by offer and acceptance because of some peculiar relationship. The contractual rights and obligations arise, like finder of lost good, necessity supplied to a minor, all these things.
yes, sir.
But there is no offer and acceptance. That is the main law.
Main word. Yes, sir.
Arrest person requirement of law, that is the you also that is this person before arrest, the grounds of arrest, that the person who is arresting he must inform what is his name, etc., and then he must inform any of his relative that a person is arrested. All such requirements are there. That
Sir, I
within
can,
24 hours he
sir,
should
I can, sir, sorry to interrupt, sir. I can see you, sir. Your video is off, sir.
video is off. Okay,
Yes,
okay.
sir. From that time, your video is
Oh,
off,
that is
sir.
okay, okay. That is
Yes, sir.
okay.
So I can't see you, so I am unable to.
Ah, you did not inform me. Oh, earlier. That is arrested person. Anticipatory bail, when a person is apprehending his arrest in a non-bailable offence, he may approve the Honorable High Court or the Sessions House for getting anticipatory bail.
Yes, sir.
That is double jeopardy. If a person has been convicted or acquitted for an offence, he cannot be tried once again for the said offence. That is, lease is a transfer of right to enjoy certain property for certain period, for periodical payment, like rent and share.
Perpetuity also. Yes, sir.
Perpetuity may be there, but that must be rent, periodical payment. The payment, if a lump sum money is paid, that is called
Price
premium.
is rent.
Periodical payment is called rent.
Yes, sir.
Then mortgage is the transfer of an interest in a specific movable property as security for payment of money or debt.
Yes, sir.
That is, that you should be very concept. Gift is a voluntary transfer of existing property, always existing
It is
property,
movable or immovable.
movable, made by a person donor to the person donee without consideration, and
Yes,
accepted by the must be accepted by donee during lifetime of the donor.
yes, sir.
Actionable claim to any debt other than debt secured by mortgage or hypothecation, with the
Yes,
civil court recognizes a ground for relief. That's actionable claim.
yes, sir.
Primary evidence, the document itself produced for inspection of the court is
Original
called
document.
primary document evidence. Compulsory attestation. Only will document requires compulsory attestation. Will
Will.
is a document requires compulsory attestation. Attested means two or more persons who have seen the executant signing the document or have
Or
received
official.
acknowledgement, personal acknowledgement for the executant that he had executed the document, and those witnesses must sign in presence of the executant.
Executing.
These are the requirements. Expert, when the court has to form opinion on any foreign law, that is art sites, art, etc., handwriting, this identification handwriting, signature, the court may take the help of an expert. A person with special skill on a subject is called expert. Estoppel, when a person by his act, declaration, omission has made another person to believe a thing to be true, and on that belief he had acted upon, then in a suit between him and that person, he cannot deny the truth of the same. That is estoppel.
Yes, sir.
Then afraid, two or more persons fight in a public place, disturbing public peace, not nuisance. Then wrongful confined, when a person is wrongfully restrained within a circumstance, that is wrongful confinement.
Yes, sir.
Wrongful restraint means when a person prevents a person to proceed
In a
in any
particular
direction,
direction.
any direction he chooses, right? That is wrongful. Kidnapping. Kidnapping are two types. One kidnapping from India, kidnapping from lawful guardianship. Kidnapping whoever takes any person beyond India without that person, that is kidnapping from India. Then, so far as kidnapping for lawful guardianship, now law has been changed in BNS. Only child, all in all cases 18
Yes,
years. For
yes,
boy
sir.
and girl 18 years.
Yes, sir.
Previously, below 16 years boy and
Girl.
also below 18 years girl
Yes,
takes or entices any person beyond from the lawful guardianship of that person, insane person, without the consent of that guardian, that is kidnapping from lawful guardianship.
yes, sir.
If a person by force or deceitful means takes any person or entices any person to go from any place, that is called abduction.
Yes, sir.
Force or deceitful means. Abduction means, yes, anyhow, you because it was recorded, you did not say so that this video was not open. Anyhow, success, keep confidence, try,
Yes, sir.
probably best if you do not know a particular subject, because it is not expected that everybody knows everything.
Yes,
You
sir.
may say politely, "Sir, I do not know it. I may be excused." Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Sir, any
Okay.
other feedback, sir?
Any
Where
other,
I need to.
what type of feedback? That is, I am saying because never been nervous and you in a natural manner you answer it. If you do not know anything, you simply say, "I do not know, sir." Please, I may come. Thank you.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Huh.
Thank you.